So in this video, integration 2, first one is integrate e to the power of x. So e to the power of x just goes to e to the power of x. So we'll have a constant in here too, e to the power of x plus c. When we have e to the power of ax, it goes to e to the power of ax times 1 over 8. This 1 over 8. So this will simplify to e to the power of 8x over 8 plus c. Then we get into these functions that have sine and cos inside them. So you can see here when we end up with the inverse sine of this, it's the square root, it's x over a, so the square root of the first one over the second one. That's when the integral is 1 over this square root of a squared minus x squared. So square root of a squared minus x squared. So we're going to get the inverse sine of x over 7, the square root of both of those. The inverse sine of x over 7 plus c for 6 part 1. 6 part 2 is going to go to the inverse sine of x over 10 plus c. So you can see there's no real maths involved in this. Just go to the tables, figure out what they're asking you, and simplify as required. When we get questions that have the x squared plus a squared on the bottom, we get 1 over a, so 1 over the square root of the second one by the inverse tan of the first over the second. So for 7 part 1, we're going to get 1 over 5 by the inverse tan of the square root of x squared over the square root of 25. And in part 2, we're going to get the square root of 625 is 25, so we're going to get 1 over 25 by the inverse tan, and it's x squared again, so we're going to have x over 25. Then we have these integrals of x plus 1 over x, so we're bringing in the natural logs here. These are based on question 8. The natural log of x, if we integrate 1 over x, it goes to the natural log of x. So with this a part 1 here, I think if we separate it into two parts, it would be the integral of x over x plus 1 over x dx, which is 1 plus 1 over x. So the integral of 1 is going to give me x, and the integral of 1 over x will give me ln x, and then I have to have a plus c in as well for a part 1. A part 2, well, we have 1 over x, but the x is x plus 1, so this is going to go to ln of x plus 1 plus c, because it's 1 over, we don't need to do anything else. On to number 9. Number 9, we have 2x plus 1, so it's just going to go to 2x squared over 2 plus x plus c. So we're just going to get x squared plus x plus c for 9 part 1. For 9 part 2, I think it's as easy to multiply out the bracket anyway. We're going to get 4x squared plus 2x twice plus 1. So we're going to get 4x cubed over 3 plus 4x squared over 2, which would be 2x squared plus x plus c for 9 part 2. And then on to 10, we're dealing with natural logs again. 1 over x is going to go to the natural log of 5x plus 1 plus c for 10 part 1. And for 10 part 2, and I'm just seeing I forgot to multiply this one by 1 over 5. Because we got to integrate the 1 over 5. And then 1 over root x is the integral of x to the power of minus a half. So we increase the power by 1, we get x to the power of a half. And we divide by the new power. We're going to get twice x to the power of a half, which is 2 by the square root of x. And don't forget your plus c as well.